Hey guys, welcome back. Just a heads up, today's video is going to be talking about some sensitive material having to do with my life, and so if that's something you don't really want to listen to, I understand. Just go ahead and click away now. But basically, I'm making this video to just kind of give some of my more hardcore subscribers a heads up as to where I've been and kind of where we're going to go from here. I understand, 10,000 subscribers, we're not that large. However, I feel like I owe it to you guys just to kind of keep you in the loop. I've been putting off this video for quite some time, and I feel like it's kind of finally time to just let you guys know what's been going on. You'll also notice in the background I'm not in front of the camera today. I'm just playing a little bit of PUBG, and so I'll talk a little bit more about that later. So basically, what happened? Why did we stop posting videos? It all kind of started when I got orders to California a few years back. We got here and we ran into the normal California problems of not having somewhere to film, and after trying to find somewhere to film for a while, I got busy with work and just started putting it off. But then I got orders to the Middle East, and usually when something like that happens and you're going into a combat zone, you're given quite a bit of heads up. Ideally, you're given about 6 months, and we were only given about 3. So I was put in charge of basically developing what's called a pre-deployment training plan, a PTP, over a 3-month period that would cover 6 months worth of training. So for about 3 months, I was quite busy there, and just obviously didn't have the time to make it happen. Well, that just so happened to coincide with the whole YouTube adpocalypse thing, and we saw a major loss in revenue from our channel. At one point, we were making like $80 a month, which really isn't a lot of money, but we would use that to save up to buy things that we would need for our videos, like ballistics gelatin or other ammo and stuff like that. And that just kind of killed our ability to save up and slowed down our video production even more. So if you notice, at that point, we kind of started doing more holster reviews and stuff that didn't require us to go out and actually shoot. That would cost money, like gas and travel and basically ballistics gelatin. We were focusing more on things that were a bit cheaper. Well, about a week before I was supposed to leave for the Middle East, our orders got canceled. It was a pretty dynamic zone that we were going to, and the folks that we were going over to essentially blow up until they were dead got blown up and killed pretty quickly by somebody else, and so that got canceled. Now, some of you guys might know, but my wife and I, Taylor, she's been on the channel a few times. Also, please excuse this horrendous missing right now, and you're about to see some pretty terrible accuracy here in a minute. But yeah, my wife Taylor, she's been on the channel a few times earlier on, and we've been together for about 10 years now, and we were trying to have a baby. And a few years back, we tried and got her pregnant, and unfortunately we lost that baby. And so from then on out, it's been about a 2-year struggle of us trying to get Taylor pregnant and have another kid. And it came to a pinnacle like about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 now. Gosh, I can't even keep track of it anymore. We visiting doctors trying to figure out what's going on, and we ended up taking some measures, which involved Taylor taking some medication, and we were fortunate enough to have Taylor get pregnant. And so February of last year, my daughter Lily was born on the 25th, so almost a year ago today, and that was something that we were really excited for. And I was pretty excited because I was supposed to be in the Middle East at that time, but the orders had gotten canceled, so we were really excited. But unfortunately, when she was born, we noticed something was wrong, and so we're down here in Camp Pendleton right now, and the docs had us go up to San Diego and try to figure out what's going on. And basically what we found out was, I'll pause for this horrendous gunfire, but what we found out was at 2 days of birth that Lily was born with an extremely rare genetic condition. She had a genetic condition where her peroxisomes basically either didn't exist or didn't work, and it's called Zellweger syndrome, which there's like a 1 in 50,000 chance that anyone would ever get this. It's completely just kind of a shot in the dark. It's very rare, and you're not going to see it very often. And so basically what we found out at 2 days of life for Lily is that she was definitely going to die. There was nothing that could be done, and she would basically suffer her whole life until she died. And most kids with Zellweger syndrome last 6 months if you're lucky. So that was pretty tough to hear. And so that was February last year, and we soon found out that she was severely mentally retarded, blind, and deaf at that time. And so Taylor and I obviously took some time to kind of figure out how we're going to go about being parents to Lily, and giving her the best life obviously that we could. And yeah, so that really was quite a shock, and quite obviously quite a hit to the YouTube channel. We're not gonna have time to post videos when that's going on. And so Taylor and I did everything we could to learn about Zellweger syndrome and figure out what's going on, and figure out how to basically become caretakers for our daughter, which was simultaneously the worst and best time of my life, and the most rewarding thing I've ever done by far. However, it was pretty time consuming, considering she needed 24-hour care, was on oxygen, and was constantly having seizures. So we were really fortunate because of my job. My command was very understanding and supportive, and I got to spend almost every day of Lily's life with her, which was just outstanding. And so I won't get into great detail there, because I don't feel like we necessarily need to. That's not going to help anybody. And so around 5 months in, Lily started having trouble retaining oxygen in her blood. And so it was just like a normal day. Sometimes she would have desaturations, but on this day we just couldn't get enough oxygen in her blood no matter what we did. So obviously we tried kicking up her oxygen, we tried making her comfortable, doing whatever we could. And so eventually we kind of realized that it was time, and so we did whatever we could to make Lily comfortable, and sat with her and basically held her until she died, just shy of 5 months old. And so for the last few months, we've obviously been dealing with that, but more importantly, what we decided to do was to make sure that Lily's life wasn't going to go unnoticed, and that she was going to be able to help people. Because from a very early start, we were surprised at how many people reached out to us to help, and just made our life easier. And so one of the ways people did that was by purchasing a list of items that Taylor and I didn't realize that we needed until we had got home. And with most families, you come home from the hospital and you have a newborn, and you have that fear of, oh wow, what do I do now? Well, Taylor and I get home to 7 people waiting in our apartment, including hospice, and it's quite different having to register your newborn for hospice, and register your kid into the military system called DEERS, which is how they track people, and be like, hey, like, I don't mean to be harsh, but I know there's a life insurance policy. Do I need to make sure that there's anything special I have to do to make sure this gets in before she dies, because we only have 6 months at best? So after facing a lot of those very real questions, we didn't have the opportunity to think about the necessities that we would have to purchase in order to just function on a daily basis. So when you have a kid that's got medical needs, it's pretty difficult to track everything they're going to use on a daily basis, such as cord clamps or special extension cords, or a specific clock, or having a whiteboard to track her medications, so you can communicate effectively with your nurses. Things like that obviously I had no experience with in a medical sense until I had to do it with my daughter. And so we made a list on Amazon of items that are nurse recommended, and we called it Lily's List. And within an hour, everything on Lily's List had been purchased for us by a lot of our family and friends, and just great people in general that were trying to help out. And these items proved indispensable for Taylor and I. As we stayed up all night with Lily one night while she was having 40 seizures, we knew exactly what time we had them and how long they had lasted, because we could write it down on the board. And our nurses knew exactly how much medication they could give her, because we had like a written record of exactly how much we had given her earlier. And so these items were just outstanding and really instrumental in our success, I guess you could call it, as parents for Lily. And so we decided to do the same thing. And so we got the list of items that we had originally been gifted by our friends and family, and we bought them ourselves, and we gave them to another family that was with us at the NICU, because before we had brought Lily home, we spent 5 weeks at the medical station in Balboa in the neonatal intensive care unit with Lily. And so we met quite a few people, and we were able to help them by giving them the items. And after some feedback, and we found that it was really helpful for them as well. And so Taylor came up with the great idea, to create a nonprofit organization called Lily's List, where we would take those items that helped us, and even after Lily passes, we've been helping folks with those items. So that's the final reason that I haven't really been posting videos, is because in addition to working in the Marine Corps and training my Marines, we've been running basically a nonprofit organization called Lily's List, where families in need who have home health nursing or kids with disabilities will reach out to us, and we supply them with items that make your life as a caretaker far easier and make you far more effective. But these items usually aren't covered by insurance. So it's been a lot of work, but it's been incredibly rewarding. We've been able to help out quite a few people, and yeah, so I just wanted to let you guys know what we've been up to. I'm gonna start posting videos again. I can't promise that I'm gonna get back into the specific gun type videos I was doing earlier. I really enjoy making them. However, they're far too costly, and they take a lot of manpower, a lot of man hours to make. I have been into gaming for quite some time, and so I'm going to start posting a little bit of gaming content, and transitioning largely into just sharing with you guys me and my friends playing online. And I like to bring kind of a unique aspect of having at least a little bit of military experience and executing those tactics in kind of realistic military shooters. I understand that that's not necessarily what we originally were making, and that might be not what you guys are interested in. I would recommend giving it a chance, but if you want to unsubscribe for that, I understand. So that's specifically why we've got PUBG in the background. I kind of wanted to give you guys something to look at while I blabbed on here. But I just wanted to reach out because I really appreciate the support that we've had from our viewers over the years. I know we're a small channel, and that hindered us in some ways, but in a lot of ways it was great because I could really interact with the viewers and I would love to continue to do that. I'm still incredibly busy, obviously, and this is basically the only way right now that I can post videos on a somewhat frequent basis. So I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching these videos, and I appreciate the support that you guys have given me over the years, even when we didn't deserve it. It's been a pleasure working with you guys. It's really been great. And if you guys want more information, you can feel free to click on the link in the description for lilieslist.org, where you can help out. We're going to be having a t-shirt fundraiser soon in honor of what would have been Lilie's first birthday and Rare Disease Month. And ironically, Rare Disease Day is the 28th of February, which is just 3 days after Lilie was born. So that was pretty interesting in a weird, sick kind of way. So feel free to watch the rest of this video. The gameplay's out. It's pretty interesting. And I'll catch you guys later.